Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Long time no, long time no Recapcentral. Happy New Year is what I should say. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as you come in. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm late because I changed the topic or I added on a new topic last minute. So that's why I'm a bit late. Anyway. So initially, as you know, I was meant to just talk about Baddie to Jesus pipeline, but I decided to add the Adekunle Gold and Simi drama. To be fair, it's more of Simi. Simi's name should be coming first because it's more of her drama. And unfortunately, for Adekunle Gold, when you're married to somebody, their problems become yours too. So that's what happened in this situation. Welcome, Sister Marriott. I was meant to do an hour show, but this one that I've added Adekunle Good and Simi, yeah, we'll be here for like 90 minutes. But anyway, so welcome, happy new year, long time, no Recapcentral, but I'm back. Although just once a week now because that's all my time can afford. So yeah. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. We're going to start with Simi. As we know, Simi is a Nigerian female artist. I don't even know what genre we'll put her under. She's what genre is Simi? Is Simi R&B? Is Simi R&B? Let me actually search it. Obviously, she's Afrobeat, but is it Afro pop, soul, and R&B? That's what Google says. So as we know, she's a Nigerian singer and she's a songwriter as well. So the Mary is saying she came for an R&B show in Toronto. Yes, that's what I was saying. Like she has a couple of I can see how she's Afro pop as well because she has a few like upbeat songs. But I would say she's more like soul R&B as well. And it also says here that she often blends these genres with elements of high life, juju, and Afrobeats. So I guess, yeah, because even that juju thing is making sense now that I'm reading it. But anyway, um, as we know, Simi is an artist. I actually don't know when I first. What is Simi's first song that I knew of? Do you know? I don't remember. Her name is Simisola Bola Tito Kosoko. My cousin's name is Bola Tito. I love that name. Ogunleye. Okay. Right, she's now Kosoko. And she was born April 19th, 1988. Um, she began her career as a gospel artist and released her studio album called Ogaju in 2008. Oh yes. Okay, recognition in 2014 after releasing Thief, a song that was nominated for Best Alternative Song at the Headies in 2015. Okay. So she's 37. And of course, we know she married Adekunle Gold in 2019. Cool. Okay. Okay. Oh, she also went to Covenant University. I don't know how I didn't know that. And she studied mass communication. I don't know how I haven't heard that before. Because I know a lot of people that went to Covenant University. Usually they are very loud about their university when they go. Anyway. Yeah, so that's a little bit about Simi. And then of course we know Adekunle Gold, AG baby. He goes by Big Fish these days, doesn't he? Ejanla. Nobody should come for me as my Yoruba accent. Please help me and leave it like that. My intonation, manage it like that. I'm actually taking learning Yoruba seriously this year. For the most part, we know that they kept their relationship private. And in fact, if anyone remembers, there was this whole rumor about how Simi was dating Fowles because of their chemistry and their friendship. And I think they had like two songs together as well, especially that one that was actually called Chemistry. Remember? Yes. So a lot of people kept putting out that rumor that Simi and Fowles the bad guy are an item. But apparently, this whole time she was even dating Adekunle Gold, because I heard that they dated for something like 5 years before they actually got married in 2019. 2019 2020, 2019, yes. And then in 2020 is when they welcomed their first daughter, Deja, like they call her. And then obviously she released that song called Do You Care? You know? Cool. Anyway, in 2021, there was a whole social media rumor about, with a strong age gap. Which age gap is that, Stamara? Is it between Adekunle? Do you know? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't actually know a lot. So prior to all of these things, Adekunle Gold, I've actually always known of him way before he became an artist. Because Adekunle Gold used to be like a used to be like a social media sensation, and um what do you call it, graphic designer. So Adekunle Gold and I started following each other on Instagram long before, you know, not knowing that I was going to blow. And then one day it blew, and I was like, okay, somebody that I know, someone that I have a relationship with, because he just used to be a funny guy on socials that year. And then when everyone was joining, went from Facebook to Instagram, everybody followed everybody, you see. And then all of a sudden, he's popping. And he would just sing songs. Now, you will support us, but I know this person, let me support. And I've actually seen that happen to a few people where we first started following each other from like 10 years ago when Instagram first started. And then all of a sudden, they're like these top influencers, and now we're friends, or we're at least affiliates and all. And that's basically how I knew Adekunle Gold, and then now we're here. But anyway, Sister Marriott, I'm on Google, and it says that he is 1987, which means that he is 39. And it says that she's 37, and she's 1988. So he's like, he's older than her by two. Well, his birthday was in Jan, and her birthday is April. So 1 year and a little bit. You get. I don't. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I don't know anything about the relationship, because I've never been a fan of Simi's music, besides the few that go viral. But I've always been a fan of Adekunle, even before he rebranded to like this proper Afrobeat, whatever. Welcome, Cece. No problem. No problem. Yeah, I don't think so. I never heard it. Anyway, so that's a little bit about their marriage. So I don't know what happened though. We were chilling. We woke up one morning. Sissy, don't let me say what I want to say. But yeah, her voice is not my favorite. But she's a fantastic songwriter, and she's written for a lot of people. But Nollywood, or what we call them, Nigerian music industry, is not the same as Hollywood, where the writers really, really get their credit. But I hear that Simi is like a badass writer. She's written for a lot of top artists. But we wouldn't know, because the industry doesn't really respect the behind the scene guys like that. So I would say that regardless of her voice, she's a great artist, apparently, with the writing and arrangements. Apparently she's very good with arrangements as well. So she's an all-rounder in terms of like being an artist. Do you know what I mean? So and as we say, no be AG, they talk about how Simi stood by him and supported him, all of a sudden she's controlling. Sister Natsu, I don't even know. Good evening, sis. Welcome. Good evening. Shopper helper. Hi, sis. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Samara saying, I could have sworn they had a significant age gap. Honestly, this is the first time that I'm hearing it. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. Anyway, yes, we'll get to that, Sister Natsu, about the whole she's controlling. See, social media people, because it's not Simi that said it. So we can't just take their word for it. But and when it came up briefly on one of Uncle Ben's previous shows, right? I don't even remember anyone remembers when I said the only problem, I don't stand by Simi's tweets. I'm not a fan of her. However, the problem I have with what's going on with Simi is the fact that it now seems like an opportunity for banger boys to have a swell time. Are they in the right this time? Yes. But it just seemed like a lot of them took it too far. A lot of them started to even like doctor tweets to fit their narratives. A lot of them just started to go really, really far. And I don't know if anybody heard, but people like Ira Star, Thames, they've had to reduce how much they speak on X because these people have basically driven them out of X, these banger boys. Because there's nothing that they say, any little thing, they insult Ira Star. Last year, I heard that Don Jazzy had to pick one of those banger boys up privately without making it a big deal, and he's currently in prison because they wouldn't stop bullying the girl. All sorts of allegations of her doing all sorts of things that she did not do. Just 2 weeks ago, they even put up a post that her mom is late. Like, that's how far they go. Same thing with Thames. Thames cannot drink water and drop cup on that app. So a lot of these boys have driven women out of the app, right? So that's the only reason that I kind of had the kind of issue that I had with the whole Simi thing, where Simi is wrong. And quite frankly, if a man were in Simi's shoes, we would give him lots of, like, the vim would be insane. You all know, we would not even let the man have breathing space. So why would we make an exception for a woman who also has that sort of perverted thoughts about children? But at the same time, I just felt like we're giving these banger boys too much of a good time, with everything we know about them. So that's the only issue that I had, but it is what it is, right? It is why as women we can't embarrass ourselves and let men have a swell time with our embarrassment. Do you know what I mean? So, hi Unique, welcome sis, thank you for coming. Sisi saying Arasta and Thames issue don't do anything. Exactly. So Sisi, that's the problem I had, is that whenever they find very little leeway to pile on a woman, they pile on her to the point where she deactivates and runs away from the app. Almost like there's a bigger picture of, we don't want women to have a voice. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. They do it all the time to celebrities, to influencers, people that, So that's the only thing that annoyed me. But at the end of the day, I can't even be mad now. It's not Simi that gave them something to talk about. And like I said on that Uncle Ben's show briefly, I don't know why PR teams or just general management teams of these celebrities don't go through your social media and clean things up. And I know there are apps that bring these things up anyway. Apps would always bring old gist up. There's apps for that. So once you put something on the internet, it's most likely always going to be there. But at the same time, I just wish it was something that, again, we say this all the time, they don't really work on PR in that country, because there's no way you will sign somebody to your music label or to your channel if they are, an actor or whatever, even an influencer. All this management that signs influencers, there's no way you don't have like code of conduct for them. Because I know Don Jazzy, I hear that Don Jazzy does for his Maven people, right? There's no way you don't have code of conduct for them. And there's no way you don't go through, because for me, branding is also, when you're talking about branding, whether you're talking about, okay, now this is how we want your hair to always look, your makeup. You see how Arasta's branding is mini skirt and whatever. I feel like branding is also part of the kind of things that you stand for, in a sense, on social media. The lines we can cross, the lines we don't cross. And then that would also include cleaning up your social media, in my opinion. Let's even use something as little as BBN stars. When BBN stars go into the house, when they give their social media to, even the same thing happens with Love Island, all these reality TV, when they hand over their social media to their handlers, they delete some pictures, they do some photo shoots before they go to the house, so they have pictures to post. It's the same thing. You start working on branding, so sometimes it means deleting some pictures that you feel may not fit with these new brands that you guys are trying to represent, So I don't know why they don't do it. I don't know. If anyone is into PR, please help me explain why they don't think it's a priority, because it happens too many times with too many celebrities, and I don't know why they haven't made it a priority. She's saying, I'm sorry, banger or not, she deserves the dragon. Yes, this one she does, but I'm just saying the bigger picture just seems like there's a campaign to run women out of the app so that the app is controlled by these groups. Because a lot of these, Cici, I know you're not like a user of X, but a lot of these people, a lot of these boys, they have 1 million followers. They have influence. They would tweet, and you will see 10 million impressions. Like 10 million people have seen the tweets. That's how much influence these boys have on that app. So imagine 5 of them doing the same thing, 6 of them doing the same thing. That's why the red pill movement on that app is very strong, because a lot of them have influence. The impressions is crazy. 200 and something K followers, 1 million followers, 400 and something K followers. So of course the impressions are mad. That's why you see them having 25 million people have seen their tweets. So that's the problem I have, where okay, you're being dragged, but there's nobody that's even trying to put out any intellectual balance as to why she's being dragged. It just seems like, oh, they're just dragging her because women must not be on this app. That's the bigger picture. And it's not particular to Simi. But like I said, I can't even be mad at this point because Simi gave them something to even hold on to begin with. But they went as far as even doctoring tweets, saying that Adekunle Gold has filed for divorce and things like that. But those are the sort of things that they do. So it is what it is. He's saying she doesn't know when to shut up. Unique is saying excessive bullying. Uncle Ben is like, Sisi is saying she was giving them all the ammunition with her nonchalant attitude. Very, very weird. I don't see. She was better off keeping quiet. That her somewhat apology. I don't really understand it. I said what I said, which both things can exist, because the only reason why they came for her and started to search these things to begin with was because she said stop raping women, which she's right. She's right. But she related it to the Mirabelle case. Well, she didn't really talk about Mirabelle, but everybody, when something is trending and you chime in, everybody knows what you're talking about. So remember, the boys were already mad that Mirabelle was lying. So it now seemed like, oh, you're supporting women regardless of if they're lying or not. And then that's how they started to pile on her and they started to find those things, right? But actually, if you think about the bigger picture, Simi has a right to her opinion on stop gripping women. Very, very valid message. Because whether or not we want to say it's some men, every single day there's news about violence towards women by a man. Every single day. Every single day. And then people are going to say, oh, it's not only men, women too. Please, is it every single day we hear about women? Violence against men? No. But for women, go and search it. Every single day, there's at least one news that is reported. And we don't even know the ones that have been reported in private that's not even out there because it hasn't gone viral. So every woman has a right to say, men, stop hurting women. Period. Because it's a daily thing now. Sister Sue, my fave, welcome. The marriage is saying Twitter is toxic anyway, extremely toxic. Sister Nat is saying, so that divorce thing was doctored. Yes, it was doctored. There's nothing they did not. They now start to add on to it, and that's the issue I have with those boys or those. I don't think I call them men. Those boys is that they now start to. They take things too far. They don't stick to the information that is necessary, because again, the whole idea is to bully and pile on, regardless of if the woman is wrong or not. It just seems like they always have an agenda, because most of the women, they were not wrong. Now Arasta barely tweets. Thames barely tweets. Thames management had to stand up for her the other day. One that guy, what's his name? Mayowa Bimuyiwa. He was sick of it. It's like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let me play a few. This is a picture of Adekunle Gold and Simi. Another thing, side notes, another thing, Simi and her dressing. In fact, that's the only reason I followed her on Instagram, because at some point I said maybe I'll even message her to say, please, ma, can I work for you? Because it is well. It is well. It is well. Anyway, let me play a few videos.
Miss tweets for a minute, right? And 2 things that me and you can learn from this. Let's draw some lessons from this story. Number 1 thing I want you to learn is that you see these rubbish comments, posts, tweets that you are making on social media. It's okay for now. But if you live long enough to another 5-10 years, will you be able to defend these things? I'm just saying, because she said she tweeted those things. She just came out to defend those things. She said, I tweeted, I was only 23 years old that time, Joe. I was working in my mother's daycare. What? You see the way I'm sounding, Abi? That's exactly how Nigerians are interpreting her response. Because, of course, in the words of a Stoic philosopher, he said, you go explain, tire. There is no, where's the evidence, sir? I don't know if I'm shouting. So are you sure that you want to live long enough to be able to, the post you are making today, I mean the comment you are also dropping in blogs, because that's the next one that will haunt us in the future. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you should stop. Why will I advise you to do that? I'm saying, are you sure you'll be able to defend these things in the future? Because we're always quick with emotions, put them for hand. I don't. I hope you'll be ready to defend them in the future. Yes. Number 2 thing I want you to run with is that when you get into this space where young people or children are showing you that they want to, he said they want to lock lips with you, a small boy, 4 years old, what you should do as an adult is to redirect that child. A few instances. Recently, a video trended of a guy in the washroom wanting to go in, and I think a South Asian kid was trying to go in with him with all the cuteness and said, but I want to come in. And the boy was saying, no, you don't come here. This one is for men. This one is for men. But I want to come here. See how cute that is. Until the boy, hello, come on for the, he had to leave the place for the girl. Because we're at that point, sometimes they get so obsessed that they just want, sometimes they are kids, they are vulnerable. That's why we are adults. We must learn to do what, to position them, to say, no, they're not a pass here. Hello, no, don't do that. Don't look at me like that. But sometimes I think some people just enjoy the attention and they continue to enable these kids. What do you like about me? You like my eyes? Aye. You like my nose? Oh my goodness. You like the way I dance? You not continue to enable those feelings. Let's not do that as adults. We must take responsibility. That's why kids are kids. That's why they need adults to guide them. I saw another video of a boy I can't remember where, but I wish I can find that video. The guy plaiting hair like this. You may have seen it in your Explore. And then some teenage girls there in back. Fine boy. So they were trying to get his attention. As soon as he turned, the guy looked at them, probably saw that, okay, maybe the fans, they love the guy. And the girl was, can I get your number? I think what he did in that video was just to give the girl a side hug or I can't remember what he did. And that was it. At least he didn't snub the girl, made her feel good. But bro, which day that one will not be made now? Which one be one man? What do you want to, no enable? But it seems like some people just enjoy this attention so much that they lose their minds. And they, just in the moment. No, let's not do that. Children are children. Children are children. Simi, there are things that we should not say here, but please, let's not do that. By the way, if you are in Mexico now, Mexico is hot to try not to go, bro. They just unalive one of their cartel strong men now, and everywhere they are burning and try to avoid Mexico at all. Anything you are doing, leave Mexico. Bro, Mexico they hot now. I can't even lie. Try wait. Even if you want to go to Mexico, wait till Mexico. You need to go first before we. Good night, sir. Toronto.
Do you know what? I don't know if anybody remembers that. Is it Efe Kata, that comedian in quote turned streamer, when he had that video of his daughter, where his daughter was, where his daughter was sucking on his nipple. Does anybody remember that video? And he was making funny sounds and funny movements as if he was enjoying it or having an orgasm. Does anybody remember that video? And I remember that the internet was divided because we're not saying that. And a lot of people of us that felt like the video was uncomfortable, people were saying, oh, and we're the ones that are overthinking it because that's his daughter and they might have that kind of relationship. But the point here was not whether he was actually enjoying it, was the fact that you're enabling the child to think that this is normal, right? Especially because there's a boundary where the child is doing it with you, the father in the house. But how do you know they're not going to do it outside with another man that is actually a perv? So it's not even that it might be inappropriate with that situation, and we're not here, we don't know your relationship with your daughter. Do you understand? But you're enabling that child to think that it's normal to have that kind of relationship with adults because you're not always going to be there. These children go to school. There's another video that trended, which is actually a video of a Oyibo, like a white man and a girl that went for a swimming class, where the girl, you know how children like to be pacified, and maybe at home when she hits her head or when she falls. I'm sure anyone that has children or looks after children will know what I mean, where you have two options when a child hurts themselves. Either look away so they don't make it a big deal and cry, Or a child might come, like my nephew always comes to me, Auntie Bio, kissy better, kissy better. So that's obviously that's how you pacify the child at home. This child now wanted to kiss his her coach, her swim coach, who is a man. And the man was making a video of which, again, if you have children and you put your children in any sort of extracurricular activity, you know that a lot of times they make videos for the parents to show them the children's progress, right? And the man was making a video anyway of her progress. And he said, no, 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 no. Kisses just for mom and dad. Kisses just for mom and dad. That's my point. Where sometimes you might do certain things to pacify your child at home, or you're kissing me better and whatever, and they think that, okay, whenever I'm crying or whenever I'm uncomfortable or in pain, it is normal for adults or whoever, I'm in care of, to kiss it better. But if that coach was not a responsible man, now maybe he would have, God forbid, taken advantage of that child that moment. But he stopped and said, no, 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 kisses just for mom and dad. That's why even as a parent, you need to be very careful. And that's the issue that I had, me personally, I don't know about other people, had with that cafe, Kata cafe, Kata Efe's video, So these are the things. Yes, Sister Natu is saying Kata Efe. Yeah, exactly that video. Sister Marius, what? Yes, so he was not making funny sounds when the girl was, I don't even, was he sucking nipple or something, or twisting his nipple? If anyone remembers that video, it's been a while now. And he was not making funny sounds and acting like he was having vibrating like he was having an orgasm. And people were saying that it's us that thought the video was weird, that are sexualizing the girls. Okay, no vex, don't be angry. Unique is saying, yes, I do. That mental case, Qatar. Exactly. Remember the video, sis. Thank you. Sis is saying, my son was breastfed and out of comfort when he's lying on you naturally. His hand goes on the breast. My mom was like, no, Papa, we don't do that. Yeah. Unique 2023 is saying he was sexualizing the kid. Sis, that year, they said that it's us that had different opinions, that the ones that are overthinking, because that's dad and daughter relationship. We say, sorry, we have toxic relationships with our fathers. Don't be angry, Abby. Our fathers don't like us. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. Since he's saying kids do things out of innocence, as an adult, you know better to redirect them. Exactly. Or pay attention. It could be a child that is being molested. Exactly. He's twisting his nipples, right? Exactly. Because I couldn't remember. I just know it was a weird. It was somehow. Samaras is saying we don't want to believe the worst of people, but parents abuse their children, both to do that on the internet. Exactly. But they said it's us that have an issue. Anyway, let me post put a few of the tweets up. This thing is very tiny, but I'll read it anyway. So one of the tweets said, so first of all, context, Simi was working at her mom's daycare. Her mom had like a daycare, and she was working there before, while she was waiting for her actual job, I think after NYSC or something. So she was a temporary staff at her mom's daycare. That is how she started to work with children, or was around children. So one of her tweets says, the first one says, David has a crush on me. He keeps coming close, acting like he wanna lock lips. And then he puts his head on my lap. Should I give him a chance? P.S. He is 4. See me. Mind you, all of these tweets are from about 2012 to 2013. Anyway, Simi is saying, I love to kiss the kids at my mom's daycare. They are super adorable and I'm crazy about them. Simi also said, why this 4-year-old boy puts hand inside my shirt? Ogbeni, watch it, oh. Wow. This one says, I wonder if anyone ever used breast milk to make cake before. Anyway, a couple of that more disturbing tweets, but these are the ones that I feel like are appropriate for YouTube. So after she started getting dragged, she deleted a few that were worse, because remember, now she has 2 children. She has the child that she had in 2020, and now she has a child. They just announced that she was pregnant. She just had one very recently. So she's actually very fresh out of childbirth. Like she's, yeah. So she's probably in recovery. I don't know what's called it, postpartum. Anyway. But Simi now came out to apologize in quotes. And she said, I haven't been on Twitter today, but someone brought a few of my old tweets to my attention, and I cannot not address it. 14 years ago, I was 23, so I was definitely not a child. I am not here to make excuses because I don't have anything to make excuses for. What I can't let anyone do is I don't know what she said here. For some reason, it's not clear. Is switch narratives pretty much. In 2012, I lived something, something, and then I was working at my mom's daycare while I was hustling my music. I tweeted everything that happened in my life, as we all did at the time. Kids can be mischievous. If a child did something I found funny, I tweeted about it. Kids are cute and lovable. I want to hug, kiss, and cuddle them. I tweet about it. Nothing I tweeted was from perversion. I was not famous, so maybe if I was, I would have understood that anything is open to whatever interpretation, including being used falsely by a faceless mob. I've never been depraved in my life. You can retweet all the tweets in the world about me loudly crushing on people I admire or admired, or being a cheeky young woman. I wasn't trying to hide it because I don't have anything to hide. My team has been deleting some of my tweets because of how sensitive it is for my family. To be honest, I did not want to. I've always spoken against rape and sexual assault even before you knew I existed. It's not a costume I'm wearing, it's who I am. I've never claimed to be perfect. I never claimed to know everything. I said stop gripping women, and I stand by it. Now, for context, the part where she talked about crushing on people, they also, Banger Boys also said to bring how she has to be cheating on Adekunle Gold and she's controlling, right? Um, that's what Banger Boy said. And I said, look at how she dealt with fouls, and then look at how she was always like crushing and acting. What's his name? Drake. She's always had a crush on Drake, and this is what I'm saying about Banger Boys going too far, where we're talking about um perversion and the young boy. You don't want to focus. You don't want to focus. You now want to say she's cheating. She's a cheat. She's controlling. Are you seeing? Like, that's where they always do the most, right? Meanwhile, for the very first time, this is one of the issues I have with Banger Boys. Women, we speak up for each other all the time. If there's a young girl that has been treated terribly, we'll speak up for them. Banger Boys had an opportunity to focus on the boy child. They did not focus. They did not focus. They had an opportunity to focus on the boy child and this thing that Simi has done against a younger man, a younger boy. They did not. They started to bring all sorts of things about her marriage. How, hey, Adekunle must be suffering. Hey, she's a controlling freak. Started to, just elaborate things and things that did not even matter. They started to put meaning to it. That's what they said to do. And that's why I said I have a problem with Banger Boys sometimes. They pile on women, whether relevant or not, to the point where sometimes it just ends up being bullying rather than calling someone else for their nonsense. So, yeah. Sister Natu is saying, wait 1 second. Unique 2023 is saying, to be honest, I've always sensed PDF energy from Simi. Mentioned it to all my friends long. Really? You think one of my issues is that in life is that I've never followed any celebrity closely until they have news. And that's when I may. So if I hear something, I hear it and I just whatever. So until I even started to talk here last year, Mom on Five's channel, I've never really, I'm one of those people where if you go through my following on Instagram, any celebrity I follow, I'm affiliated with. I know them in one way or the other, works with them, been around them. I've never been that person. So I don't even know. I don't know. She's saying, so this is now the excuse. Zanatu said she has twins. Yeah, I heard she has twins, but I didn't even think it was confirmed. That's why I said she just had a child. I don't know if it's twins, but I heard that as well. Unique is saying, I couldn't stand her amazing voice for some weird reason. Unique, you're saying it's amazing. Sissy is saying it's annoying. I thought AG has sickle cell, so they continue to reproduce. Likely IVF. Yes, he does have sickle cell, and he's always like stood up for that whole movement. So yeah, most likely IVF and a few, yeah, probably. Sissy saying, does she not understand the tweets are important? That's why I don't understand that. Okay, now let's say at the time we didn't even know better, which I find very weird. even at 17. I first came to this country when now I've been babysitting or been around my nephews since I was 14, 15. And I've never even thought about children. Like, imagine I would say, oh, my nephew wants it. Do you understand? Don't talk of even 23. Is the fact that you can even think such a thing. Forget writing it down, thinking such a thing about a child. Do you understand? I don't know. It's just weird to me. Auntie Yinkus is here. Welcome, Auntie Yinkus. It's Rick's lack of accountability. Exactly what it is. Auntie is saying when they should stay on topic. Auntie Yinkus, my problem though is, we've spoken about this before. And with like women, how men would say, oh, women are always doing it. When it's International Girls Day, women do this. Those kind of things. That's the problem with men. They cannot even stay into you to do International Men's Day. We will say we're doing International Women's Day or the what's the word? International Girls Day or the what do they call that? It's something of the girl's child. Will go out. Women that are in privileged situations will go to girls' schools, give out sanitary pads and things for the girls. Men will start complaining that women are always celebrating something. You know that men, you can come together and do something as well. The last International Men's Day they did, my dad and his old boys from secondary school donated computers to their secondary school, St. Finbar's. You can do things like that as well to support men, but no, they would rather be in women's business. This was an opportunity to crack down on the male child abuse, but no, they decided to make it about Simi's marriage. That's the issue I have with them on that app. So you're saying you're a mother, try and reason with sense, silly Billy. Honestly, that her thing did not make sense. She doesn't want to be wrong. Even activists can make mistakes, but she is very suspect. Is very exactly. At times, I do feel it's harsh to judge people with our woke eyes for things they said in the past. However, some things are wrong. Just hold your hands up and say sorry. You didn't know better. She was better off not putting out a statement and pretend rather than the statement she puts in my opinion. As you can say, Sissy, she has no sense. Lots of folks do not like to be held accountable. This is utterly disgusting to even try to reason with. Honestly, she was 23. I was married and a mother at 24. I have never had such thoughts about kids ever, not even at 15. At least I would say that 14, 15 is the time I first started being around children properly. And I can, what? As Yinku is saying, that's not a normal way to have such thoughts about children. It's sick, extremely sick. Oh, Uncle Ben is a Nepo baby syndrome. Absolutely. No, sir. Sick PDF syndrome, sir. This is saying a guy I know is well-known UK podcaster, and he did International Men's Day. 99 of his audience filming. Men do better, please. Exactly. They don't know how to focus on the things that really matter, but they will not start saying women were always doing 20 Mother's Day. You too, if you come out for each other and do 10 Father's Day, you can do it. But anyway, that's it. And then let me play the next video. I can move to the next topic quickly.
The whole Simi tweets thing is insane. I was 23 working at a daycare. Never once did it cross my mind that any of the children I was watching wanted to kiss me or lock lips with me or was flirting with me, or I never gave them the respect or the bodily autonomy to have their own spaces when they needed to go potty or change or anything remotely close to any of that. Those tweets are wrong. I don't even care. Like, I don't care. I'm not calling for her cancellation or anything, but like, for anyone to come on the internet and defend tweets like that, saying you don't see anything wrong with it because she's a woman and maybe she's just joking. Me as a woman, I would not make those types of jokes. Nobody should be making those types of jokes, especially about children. It's weird.
Help me. Let me just play Solomon Bucci because I won't lie. He made the I don't like Solomon Bucci, but he tried for this one. He's been trying recently. I'm scared.
Tweets from 14 Some of Simi's old tweets from 14 years ago have resurfaced on Twitter. Why I'm making this commentary, I'm going to show you guys the tweet, by the way, on the screen. But why I'm making this commentary, it's about the hypocrisy of the standards that you see amongst the people that call themselves feminists. In fact, the whole of Twitter, Nigerian Twitter, is a cesspool of hypocrisy and inconsistent values. A few months ago, Ezra was cancelled for tweeting degenerate, pedophilic, and depraved things. He was cancelled, even though some feminists did not talk about it because their fave were implicated. But the general consensus was quite a unified voice of condemnation to the kind of things that he used to talk about. In fact, I think resultant to that, he lost his job or something. But now, Simi's tweets from 14 years ago, which are, by the way, very disturbing, some of them, and the people who care about sexual abuse, pedophilia, and sexual assault and protecting minors are not saying anything. Rather, I've seen accusations that Simi is being bullied. By the way, I'm against bullying people, but it's ironic because that word bullying is used when it's towards somebody they like. When they were dragging me, it wasn't bullying. When they were dragging my wife, my family, it wasn't bullying. But when it is somebody that they like, by the way, I'm talking about feminists here, when it is somebody that they like, it becomes bullying. Imagine that those tweets were from Solomon Buchi. Just change the name to Solomon Buchi and imagine what the outrage would be like. And I'm not saying that Simi should be cancelled. By the way, I don't think that people should be cancelled for their thoughts and their views 14 years ago. And that does not mean that I excuse Simi's disturbing tweets. But the reason I am playing the devil's advocate is because these are the standards that have been set on Twitter. All of a sudden, it is bullying for Simi, but when it was Ezra, people cancelled him. What I'm trying to point at is the fact that the activism you find on social media are all performative. All of them are performative. The whole idea of gender politics and people splitting themselves into factions of feminists and whatever is all performative. People genuinely do not care about victims. They care about their gender politics. People genuinely do not care about moral consistency. They care about being sentimental and biased. And what is even more annoying is the fact that they are so loud about moral depravity, but they keep quiet when their fave are somehow implicated in these things. That is my problem. I have no problem with Simi. This is not about Simi. It's larger than Simi. It's about the standards. And that's why I don't take them seriously, the people that call themselves feminists. Even the men too, to be honest, the ones that are on the other extreme. I don't take all of you seriously because you guys are cut from the same material. Different branding, same material.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm scared that I think I have been supporting this. This is the third time I've supported this man, Solomon Buchi. And hey, I don't know. It is well. Women, please stop doing things that will make Solomon Buchi make sense. Anyway, as Inku is saying, these men need to speak for themselves. Don't blame us when we celebrate ourselves. Honestly, cover your boy child just as you do for your girls. There are predators on these streets. It's sick. And Zinkus, have you ever heard, or any old Nigerian women specific? I don't know if it even counts with other countries. So let me know. Have you ever heard? Because I know when I went to uni, I heard this. A lot of boys say that their first time was with either the older house help or some older auntie. It's crazy. A lot of Nigerian boys, that's the reality. And don't get me wrong, a lot of Nigerian girls, that's a reality as well. It's always the driver or the uncle or the cousin. I have an older cousin that touched me funny as well as a child. A lot of Nigerian girls, but the boys as well. It was always an older auntie or house help, someone that had the duty of care towards them. Sisi is saying cancel her. I think he's saying I don't like Solomon either, but I'm afraid he's growing on me too. Hey, Auntie, because I'm scared. She's saying, I agree. It is very performative. And Sister Nati is saying, exactly. Ezra was cancelled. Double standard, shaking my head. I think he's saying, Sisi, exactly, sis. Why is Simi still standing? This is all shades of wrong. Those are sick thoughts of her to have. I think because these feminists are covering her, saying that it's piling, it is bullying, blah, blah, blah. I've already explained my own issue with the banger boys, but unfortunately I have to, this is one of those ones where we have to suck it up because Simi gave them an avenue to do this one. When we were mad about Ira Star and Thames, they were just bullying her. But for this Simi situation, if you did not have these tweets, banger boys would not have anything to use to drag us this time. You understand? So they are winning this time, but for very valid reasons. The only thing I have against them is this is the opportunity to actually have a voice for younger boys, but you're doing the opposite and fabricating news and all. That's the only issue I have with them personally. Faith, hi sis, welcome. I don't like Solomon and Candice Owens, but I've been agreeing with them lately. I'm scared. I think you're saying Asia's life pretty much ended on similar issue. Why is Simi still standing? Simi si wahala. Oh. Simi si wahala. Facts, Abby, most of my male friends were molested by their house helps. You see, common story, common story. All the boys that I had a relationship with in university, all of my male friends, all of them, university now you start hanging out with people, hanging out in big groups, partying. Every time we had conversation and anytime something like this came up, they always said it was one older auntie or house helps. All of them that grew up in Nigeria, most of them that grew up in Nigeria. Most of them. It's crazy. Uncle Ben is saying Solo and Kenneth are both they are weary that are beginning to make sense in recent times. So Uncle Ben, and when weary, you start agreeing with weary, you have to ask yourself if you are also weary. That's why I said I'm scared. Am I okay or am I becoming weary? Because why am I agreeing with them? Anyway, that's it. Really, I don't really think there's anything much to talk about, but I think honestly, if Simi is cancelled, this is well deserved. It is well deserved. Honestly, I can't even lie. CC, yes, they won't accept it was abuse because society has let them think that it is normal to have experience. As a boy, like an older woman found you attractive at 14 years old, at 13 years old, at 12 years old, you're ahead of your peers and you have experience to know what to do in the bedroom. The whole idea of as a man, just suck it up. It's crazy, man. Anyway, that's not even the topic for today. Sister Biba, welcome. Sister AY, welcome. Anyway, let's go to the main topic of the day. It's actually Sister Natsu that requested this topic, by the way. Sister Natsu is the one that requested Adekunle Gold and Simi. My main topic, this is my main topic here. Baddie to Jesus baby pipeline. So I had to add it on last minute, and that's why I was a bit late as well. But anyway, so Baddie to Jesus baby pipeline, social media scam, desperation for a man, Christian aesthetic. Where do I start from? Faith is saying even Wizkid made a problematic tweet, but life goes on when it's your fave, I guess. Everyone needs to be held accountable. Sorry, let me put a break. Let me put a break for this new topic. And then okay, welcome back. Yes, Faith, I saw that. See, is long. It's the same thing we're battling with Davido and the bullying that he's been doing with when he doesn't agree with something, he sends his fans after people. Shay is this one time that it's backfired on him with the lawyer, but he's been doing it for a long time. But if somebody is a fave, they get away with a lot of things. They do get away with a lot of things, unfortunately. But anyway, on to the next. Uncle Ben is saying Mrs. AY $500 fine. I think he's saying Simi Mama Beji, Simi deserves to be cancelled. Read comments on the blog. Men talking about their experiences and how it affected them more. I cried, man. Okay. Topic. Baddie to Jesus baby pipeline. Hey, I don't even know where to start with this topic. Oh. Okay, so we're going to do it in beats because I feel like this is one of those ones that is just very broad. So we're going to start with social media rebranding. First of all, let me actually talk about the people that are on the screen. We of course have Nancy Sime. We have Brinny Lee. For those I don't know who Brinny Lee is, she's she's a British social media influencer. She's been around. She's one of the OGs. She's been around for a long time. And then we have Sharon Oja, we have Toke Makinwa, and we have Tonto DK. Those are the people on the screen, and those are the people who are going to be using as a case study. Again, remember, in usual fashion, we don't fight anybody here. We don't insult anybody. We don't bully here. It's just to extract the lessons. Okay, cool. So we have social media rebranding. That's the first thing that we're going to talk about with this topic. So we're aware that influencers constantly rebrand to stay relevant. We get it. You jump on trends. And that's why sometimes when I see some takes on influencers, it makes me laugh because I'm like, you guys don't understand that. It's like anything else. With the 9 to 5 world, you sometimes go for certifications, you upgrade your skills, you change up your CV. Sometimes you even outsource, whether it's a HR executive to look at your CV, you go through recruiters, you know. So it's the same thing with social media world as well, where for them is a bit different. So upgrades, it includes jumping on trends, doing a few things here and there, changing up your studio, changing up your equipment. So it's the same thing. So yes, influencers regularly rebrand to stay relevant. And in this particular situation, we're talking about when religion becomes a brand aesthetic. That is the issue. Religion becoming brand aesthetic. This includes things like modest dresses. All of a sudden, now you see the way me now, I'm shouting. Now come, hi guys, hi everybody. Hope everyone is good. And I know I sound like this sometimes, but just imagine for the whole year now, Uncle Ben will be fighting me. I won't fight back. I'll say, Uncle Ben, peace be unto you. Uncle Ben, don't worry about it. Peace be unto you. Imagine me not fighting back. Does that sound like it's on brand? Is it on brand? That's what they start doing. That come and start doing soft voice content. God changed my life. God has changed my life, but I'm still always going to fight Uncle Ben. Because two things can exist. God can change my life and I'll still fight Uncle Ben. Are you understanding? I deleted my old content. All those things, that's what they do. And they just kind of create this whole redemption narrative. And do you know what it is? Similar to love, boyfriend, girlfriend, couple content. One thing that sells on social media is faith content, redemption. That whole thing of, I went from this to this, God saved my life. And I'm not even trying to see. I'm one person that understands the hand of God. So that is not the point here. I'm a Jesus baby, right? I understand the hand of God. I understand your life changing because you give your life to Christ. Do you understand? But to make it an aesthetic, I find personally, even outside of this topic, I've always said that anyone that has the personality where a personality that is tied to one thing, for me, is very, very weird person. There's nothing wrong with being well-rounded, gossip where necessary within reason, Jesus content where necessary. Like, you can actually do a lot of things and keep everything, sweet. I don't really understand and I've seen it so many times though. I've seen it where I'll just say an influencer, even somebody that I know personally, all of a sudden your bio is Colossians something something, Proverbs something something, and the next thing within 1 year they're married. So maybe it works, but on what premise? Like, is it performative? Is your marriage? Is it even? I have stories, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know how to tell my stories without sounding like serious amebo. Anyway, let's continue. Let's read comments and let me continue what I'm saying. Sis AY is saying Sharon has always been Jesus' babe now. Sis AY, are you sure about that? Sharon that upgraded at Jesus' babe, because again, that's what I'm saying now. There's me. When I was on social media, right? When I was active on Instagram, on Sundays, I post Bible passages. It was my thing, right? But imagine everybody already knows that Abby has posted Bible passage for 5 years. Anyway, she started posting. And all of a sudden, I'm not posting every day. And everything I say now has to do. We not say that I'm taking it to a different level. That's what happened with Sharon. There was a time, and that's why when Sharon's marriage started, this whole marriage thing, we're scared for her that she's already kind of played into the desperate man's den. Because there was a time when Sharon, my husband, her on Snapchat. Hey, that year I was active on Snapchat. Everything that Sharon did was preparation for a man, including this Jesus babe thing. It was so scary. So when we started to hear all that news about her husband, that was my own fear and a few other people's fear. Like, she has finally used her desperation to attract a man, and what seems like the wrong man. Thank God it's working out. So, and there's no prayer for anything to happen to our marriage. But remember that whole scandal with the marriage now. That's why a lot of people were scared, because it seemed like the desperation for man has now finally paid off and is now the wrong man in quotes based off of the news that we were hearing or that we heard at the time, you know? This is saying she's the biggest pick me ever, that Britney Lee. Honestly. I think every fangirl is turning Jesus Baddie now on brand. Honestly, you didn't put Sophiology. Well, I could not put everybody with our Christian BBL. I think he's saying, what is this life without the likes of Abiel Goose? We need Pepe from time to time. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Incus. You, Abby, make I bend if you know fight. Uncle Ben, I'll just rebrand. Soft babe, soft babe. Because Uncle Ben, you don't know if there's men that want to marry me on this your platform. Is this my agbero behavior that is stopping them from approaching me because I'm scaring them away? Let me rebrand though. Let me rebrand. She says she started with her Christian scriptures. Now Christian BBL is her aesthetic. Listen. And she's saying, Uncle Ben, we need the pepper to keep our own fire. She say why I say save your mind, my dear. She say why the mind there somehow. I don't know how to explain. I thought she was JC babe. Now, but all of us, even my father is a pastor. Not literally, but you just my point is she just kind of upgraded it, and the next thing she was engaged and married. We know them. We know them. Anyway, let me play. What was I? Sorry, I was talking about. Yeah, so that's the social media rebranding. So let me play this Britney's video, and then we'll talk about the next points.
I imagined I'd be creating a modest fashion brand. At the time, I was designing my life around what I wanted, not what I was called to. But everything changed when my faith did, along with my understanding of what was truly beautiful. As my relationship with God deepened, so did my desire to dress in a way that reflected that change. I wanted to look beautiful but still be modest, to express my femininity without compromising my convictions. But when I started looking for clothes that reflected that, I realized how few options there were. Everything was either too revealing or too outdated. I even went through my abaya stage. Shout out to my sisters. So I went back to my first love, design. And I began creating what I couldn't find. Pieces that were timeless, refined, and elegant. Clothes that elevate a woman's essence, not just her body. Fashion that whispers instead of shouts. That became Saint Mode. Saint Mode is more than clothing. It's a quiet revolution, a return to modesty, a new definition of beauty. Join this reformation.
It is well. Sis, everybody sells these dresses. I check. To be fair, I really like these dresses on holiday. I like a good cotton dress, right? But I think my issue again is even the. I think my issue again is just the rebranding, right? And I'm not even trying to be. Oh God, where do I start from? This topic gone safe. Hey. So, here's the thing. I don't really like that people don't understand that everyone's conviction at different points is different, right? And it's the same thing. I saw somebody's post a while back about that whole thing of I'm God's favorite, right? I'm not going to lie, I've used that before. And there was somebody was shouting, so all of us, the rest of us were not God's favorites. And the person was trying to say how they felt like it was very selfish of Christians or certain Christians to say, I'm God's favorite, something, 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 something. And I said, so for me, I was just like, everybody can claim God's favorites. Like you can claim, I can claim, all of us can claim, all of us are God's favorites, last, right? But I don't know, there's something very judgmental about people that present themselves as I used to smoke shisha, I used to drink champagne. Because look at the video, the trajectory of as if there's anything wrong with clicking glasses with your friends at a restaurant. Sisi, as I came to your party now the other day, I'm an unbeliever because I went out at night to celebrate you. And there was a bar. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Like, why do they not make it? Why do they make it seem like except you were an addict. I don't know. I find it a bit judgmental and weird that they make it seem like still going out with your friends and still having a nice time is now the devil. It's the same thing with that one. I don't have any video like I don't think I seen any video like that as well. The same thing with those videos where they zoom into their eyes and they're like, oh, there was something in their eyes that was of the devil. Now it's clear. Sis, you were wearing lashes. You were wearing lashes. That's why your eyes were like that. Do you understand? Now making it seem like, oh, because now you've reduced your makeup. Sis, the difference between now and then is that you had lots of blush on, lots of contour on, lots of layers. Why are you making it seem like, look at my eyes? My eyes have now changed since I came to God. Sis, what's going on with your eyes is eyeliner, cat's wing, and lashes. That's the difference between then and now. Why are you not making it seem like in your eyes were possessed? Has anybody seen those videos before? Oh, why did I not download one of those videos? Oh, in my eye before. I'm like, sis, it's just makeup technique that changed now. It's not makeup technique that changed. So I don't like those videos. I feel like you want to put a word out there. You want to teach the gospel. You want, I feel like there's good ways to put it out there and still be friendly. But I find a lot of their content very very condescending. That's the word. Condescending and judgmental to people that still go out and have a good time. And all. Meanwhile, between me and you, you're the one that's performing for an audience. And me that still drank. What did I even drink at Sisi's party? I'm still more genuine than you. You're the one performing for an audience, but you want to tell me that you're the one that the Holy Spirit has saved? I don't know, Sha. It's very somehow to me. I don't know. I'm trying to be mindful. I'm a Jesus baddie from time. A whole PK at that. She's saying she should rest. I think she's saying we call it growth, mama. Sister Rose, $500. You're late. Welcome, sis. Sissy saying my daughter had wine glass on. She had fun. Sister Rose is saying yes, so you're unbeliever. And Tinky is saying, I'm still trying to see what was wrong with the before. It's a stage of life. We've all been there. Thank you. Normally now, priorities even change. When you have 2 children at home, 3 children at home, do you have time to be going out with your friends every day and be clicking glasses? You don't. Thank you, Auntie Inkus. They will make normal life turn to something else. Before Uncle, you two that you're expecting a baby, you are trying to conceive. You're not going to be smoking shisha. Pele, chimney, pele. You would have been smoking. Are you not trying to have babies? Will you not know? Is it not normal for you to cut down? I beg. Or the money that you want to be putting away for wedding, you're engaged, what you're using to go out around the whole Mayfair and then Kensington. Does it make sense? If these things are normal, Kimi, they'll just turn into another thing, turn into brand. Just be yourself. No, they will not be themselves. Mr. Rose. Friendly about sin. I don't agree. Sister, no, but Sis AY, what is sin? Because look at the video that she posted. Let me play the video again. What is sin?
In a modest fashion brand. At the time, I was designing my life around what I wanted, not what I was called to. But everything changed when my faith did, along with my understanding of what was truly beautiful. As my relationship with God deepened, so did my desire to dress in a way that reflected.
So sin, she went from wearing makeup to tying her hair. I don't even know. So when you now finish, you now tie your hair, not wear makeup. Now to the point where you're wearing abaya, wearing hijab, you don't even know what to wear again. You now finish all of these things. You now decided that, oh, actually, what I want to do is now become a fashion entrepreneur. Fashion entrepreneur that does not want to dress nice. Sorry, who wants to buy your clothes now? Are you seeing what I'm saying? That this thing is strategic. That's our point. Now you've realized that, oh, I can tap into this industry. She has now brought clothes for us to buy. We're not buying it. What did she say now? Is that why I say, now she know what her lifestyle was before now. No, but you're not understanding the point. That we were even saying that it's becoming a trend where is it to sell something? Why do you have to now say, okay, think about it now? I can come out and say, the reason I have this business, okay, for instance, the business that I started, which I've not even officially announced, the gifting events business I started, I told everybody here that it's based off of talent. I enjoy these things. Why don't I monetize it? Imagine now, every creator now, every entrepreneur now is coming to come and do what's it called? Story. Imagine I was gonna put tell Uncle Ben, "Yeah, Uncle Ben, come, let's film." Uncle Ben will now give me music, sad music. Since I lost my mom 5 years ago, I've been trying to find myself. And now I'm learning from AA. This kind of thing that AA can do. This is the kind of thing that AA can do. Anyway, and now I've decided that in honor of my mom, I need to start my gifting business. Just so that people can buy. Just so that people can buy. When you can just come out straight and say, listen, I'm starting a new business, guys. I have social currency. I have social media followers. Come and buy. But no, you want to turn everything to, that's what we're saying. The performance is too much. The hypocrisy is too much. That's why I give example with those makeup people. Those makeup people that will say there was evil in their eyes. Now the evil has changed. Meanwhile, I can see that all that has changed, sis, is that you have not done cat eyelashes and what you call it, winged eyeliner. We all know if you do a winged eyeliner, it raises your eye and your face. That's how you do your contour. Your face will be slimmer. We all know these things. Now it's just a matter of having 2 hours to do makeup and time. And sorry, and the materials or the products. Now you remove eyelashes, turn it to smaller eyelashes. You're not telling us that the devil has removed from your eye. Your eyes are always smaller and more. I could go on and on. I don't know, Sha. It's just very somehow to me. As Rose is saying, just because you're miserable doesn't mean the rest of us have to be. So you need to say hypocrisy of it all. She has given us a laugh. Okay. Then she should use those images, the ones she used to seem normal. Sister Sweet say it's all for content. It's I want to say Abby is worse than Uncle Ben. I'm decided to follow Jesus. It's all about money. It's all for money. Because I don't understand. I don't understand. Which one is? Don't know, but think about it now. Do not come and play melancholy music? Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so I'm not mad at it though. It's all marketing. At the end of the day, PR marketing is what it is. But on moment, I don't know. It's very somehow. Anyway, let me play. I'm looking for one video. I thought I had it here, but let me play this one.
To hear this, and since we're all standing on business, all 2024 come close. Listen, I need you all to understand that there's absolutely no correlation, none whatsoever, between being a baddie and being in Christ. You cannot be in Christ and be a baddie. Likewise, you cannot be a baddie and be in Christ. It just doesn't work that way. It's like trying to mix water and fire together. It's not going to work. And listen, you saying that you're a baddie in Christ is also like saying that you're in Christ, but you're not fully in Christ. You're one leg in Christ and one leg in the world. You have to pick a side and stay on the side. Literally stand on business all 2024. The Bible already says we cannot serve 2 masters at the same time. So you cannot be a baddie and be in crisis. I understand most times that people have like a different definition for being a baddie in Christ. But lose that term in 2024 says you're not a baddie in Christ. You're not the children of Israel wanting to go back.
Exactly. Oh, that's another issue. That baddie,
Really came back to tell everybody that we're not dressed.
that baddie talk. And I just want to even put it out here. Like, obviously, this is gist and all. We're all just gisting and laughing. At the end of the day, everybody has their conviction and knows what their eye has seen. You understand? So I'm not here to bash anybody for their own beliefs or their own conviction. Everybody knows what their eye, what their eye has seen. You understand? So, but I just feel like Some of this is very deceitful. You understand? Very deceitful, because see that makeup one. I'm going to, while this video is playing, I'm just going to look for that video so I will know what, maybe people will understand what I'm saying. We know that it's just difference in technique and all that makes the difference. You understand? You imagine now, imagine now you can wear gray eye contact. You now come and say the devil was in my eye before uncle. Normally, you already look possessed like that. Now gray eye, then you now remove it. Now say, look at, since Jesus came into my life, there's more lights in my eye. I don't know. It's makeup that changed, or lighting, or you went to go and use Snapchat filter, all the Snapchat filter that makes you look like mommy water. That's what happened now. That's what happened. Saying Gen Z version of Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben wants to take me to court. What did I do? We need more of us likes to contact Uncle Ben to create their perfect music for their brand. Contacto. Uncle Ben, why are you taking me to court? What did I do? She's AY saying, I don't know. Me, I have different perspective on those supposedly labeled baddies turned Jesus, but that's just me. If you've had a real encounter conviction, I can see why it comes across as fake. But putting baddie and Christian, and see, there's a video I'm going to play about the definition of baddie, because baddie has such a negative connotation sometimes, but there's a lot of us that are just baddies because we're killing it at work. Like, a lot of people that I know are baddies and they're not on social media. So this whole idea of baddie has to dress a certain way, look a certain way, I don't agree. It's one of those ones that is debatable. We can debate on that. But at the end of the day, I feel like same thing that happened with the topic we had yesterday as well, where sometimes there's just a definition for something. So maybe just leave it alone based off of the connotation that it carries. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. I understand why people say, no, I'm not a baddie or something. Someone say, I'm a 9-to-5 baddie, I'm a career baddie. I get it, because it's a trendy word. But sometimes there's a connotation that a word will carry that you're better off just leaving it alone, so that you're not kind of linked to the general, what's the word? The general definition. City's saying, where is Auntie Inku's her own issue? Remove all those contacts. I can believe the devil is out of her. And overly overdoing it, but it's really a personal journey. This Christianity walk is an individual one. So I know if it turn my nose to anyone who is excited about their new journey. Fair enough. Even the real baddies don't dress baddie. That's what we're saying about the actual baddies, because baddie, just because you are dressing half naked, do you understand? Or that's not, is that really, really baddie? But it's social media now, and their what's the word, and the definition. So let's leave the definition for them. Baddie is a woman who is on top of her game. Sister Rose, that's what I thought too. But when you start comparing these things, me too, I'm baddie uncle. I'm Uncle Ben. What are you doing there? Leave LSA alone. Anyway, let me play this video.
Really came back to tell everybody that we're not dressing modestly, and I don't know how to feel about that. I think that Brinny Lee's comeback to the internet is not authentic. I want to start by saying that I actually really loved Brinny's content back in the day. I thought it was genuine. I thought she was so honest, and she really wasn't like any other influencers in her ideas, in her thoughts. She was very unique. Remember that time she did a whole series and she went bold? Wow, like she was doing her thing on the internet. And she was really that hybrid between she's a Christian, but she's outside. She's a Christian, but she also has ways about her that she knows she wants to change. So she was always in a place of growth. Okay, let's start there. So I loved that she was so authentic to herself and she was so honest about her journey and everything like that. Where I have a difficulty with coming back to the internet now and telling everybody about modesty, the issue isn't about the modesty. The issue is about her authenticity. So she was that person that shared her life, shared all kinds of stuff. Sometimes, sharing less than she used to, which I think is important, and it's important for her to do that, especially on the internet. But then she went MIA. She left the internet. nothing for X amount of time. And when she left, she was a Christian outside. She came back, and now she's telling everybody to dress modesty. She's now modest, Well, that's what she's saying. She's a modest person. She wants everyone to dress modestly. There's nothing wrong with a rebrand. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. In fact, there are no rules. Do exactly what you want to do. But I hope she would understand that there's confusion around her at the minute, because she simply just was a type of person, left and came back something completely different. Therefore, your whole audience is a bit like her. Because they knew this person, she's changed. Well, she said she's at least changed what she's wearing. And now she's telling everyone how, she's not that way anymore. So she built an audience who really went with her on the journey. And it seems like she's kind of been on the journey, dropped them off because she's a bit tired, over it, needed to spend time with God. And maybe God was, rebuking her about things. It could have been all kinds of stuff. But now she's back, no explanation of where she went. And then she wants people to be on this new journey. It's challenging. And I'm not so sure about the authenticity of it. You're coming back to make money. But who are you making money from? Because the people that you were serving before, you're now saying that you can't actually relate to them, because there is no communication of there's not a consistent communication of what happened in between. What does everyone else think? Am I bad mind for saying this? It's true.
I just want to say something. Sisi says she was claiming abstinence, yet was swinging from chandeliers with her man at the time, and also in an emotionally abusive relationship, but preaching like her shit don't stink. Just like when we talked about hip dips, it is well. This too shall pass. Sisi saying, I realized she was very performative and said a lot of problematic things, always supporting men under the guise of spiritual wokeness. Not way now. Always birds. Sisi, she finally got a ring. That's what has changed. Thank you. I wanted to say, let me tell you one thing that I know about Brittany Lee. She's one of the OGs. And every time I watch Brittany Lee, every season, we're talking about the constant rebrand. Every season, we're talking about Brittany Lee. Every season, sorry, I should have her own picture up. That's Brittany Lee's picture, because a lot of people don't know Brittany Lee, and I can't just go by just her name. Anyway, so what I noticed that every season of her life was tied to a heartbreak or something, or wanting a man, or loneliness, or the next man. She always came back with a new rebrand. Even that time when she shaved her hair, it was because she just had a breakup. So imagine, and don't get me wrong, don't even get me wrong at all. You see, breakup breakup can make you think about what you want to do in life, because you have nothing else to do. So you actually, it gives you motivation. If you want a new degree, perfect after breakup. If you want to upgrade your qualifications, perfect after breakup, because you're just there thinking, Mogbe, what's next, right? So I'm not even here to say that I don't understand that sometimes when things end, or when you lose someone, whether it's family or whatever, it can actually make you look within, because you kind of are trying to find your spark. So I get it. But every single time, so the whole time when a relationship, we are not working on yourself, you are not doing, do you understand? I don't know. She's an OGO. And like the lady said, she's one of those ones that were very different. She wasn't doing what every other British influencer was doing. She wasn't necessarily doing fashion, makeup. She was doing things that really, in my opinion, mattered and was different. But she just couldn't get away from just male validation. And that's why we're saying that even this one now, she's finally gotten a ring. She's now come and thought, okay, what is, synonymous to a wife? God-fearing. That kind of, it's just giving fake. It's just giving fake. Brittany Lee. It's just giving fake and performative. That's what we're really saying. Anyway, next topic.
You can be a baddie and love God too. I'm the girl that started the viral trend that a lot of women of God were reposting and recreating for themselves. I got a lot of hate comments for that video. Whenever people think of a baddie, when you say that word, most people connotate it with like Instagram baddies. Usually the clothing of a baddie is club wear and immodest clothes. That's exactly the kind of clothes that I was wearing at that time before God convicted me of my immodesty. I was wearing the dresses with the cutouts that were super revealing. As daughters of Christ, we are held to a higher standard than the world. We are called to honor God and represent Him in everything that we do, in the way that we present ourselves, talk, and the way that we dress. I know that many of you are familiar with Proverbs 31, verse 30. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. When I say I don't want to be the baddest chick in the world anymore, I want to be the most loving, gentle, and pure-hearted woman that someone knows. That means that I want to be a woman who fears the Lord. I want to be a woman that someone recognizes for my noble character and not my looks, because charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting. A baddie is known for her looks. A baddie is known for her external appearance, the way that she dresses, her face, her makeup. And trust me, y'all, I used to try and argue this all the time. Well, how do you know what a baddie is? I can make my own definition of a baddie. Kind of playing into the world how they can make their own definition of anything. They can make their own definition of a woman and a man. So it's kind of the same thing, and it's starting to play into a lot of deception and delusion. Look up baddie on Pinterest and then look up Christian woman on Pinterest. I did this myself just a few minutes ago because I wanted to really see what people thought of a baddie. And all you see is the modest clothing, the Instagram models, the BBL fashion. I looked up Christian woman and I saw modest clothing. I saw women that were worshiping. I saw women with their Bibles. So there's a huge difference between a baddie and a Christian woman. I was the same girl talking about being a baddie and being a Christian, but I was lukewarm, and that's why it's so important to know God for yourself. People will sit here and tell you any narrative of what it's like to be a Christian, because I at one time did not have the maturity and was leading many women astray. You have to get it from the word yourself. You have to ask the source. So don't just take what I'm saying and run with it. Ask God. Go into prayer. One thing I'm not going to do is have any followers that rely on me to make them spiritually mature. I want all of you girls to go and find out for yourselves. So this is what I'm telling you. This is what God has revealed to me. But if you still are unsure, ask the Lord yourself. And don't get me wrong, love being beautiful. I'm not saying that you can't look good and you can't dress nice and present yourself well, because trust me, I love to do that. He blessed us with beauty and we cannot just misuse it and mistreat it. But it's very important to understand that that is not our mission. Our mission on this earth is not to be bad. I don't want people to look at me and say, Nadia is so bad. She's so fine. At a point in time, I used to want that. But that's because I was relying on man and the world to give me validation and to improve me. Now I only rely on the Lord. I no longer try to be the baddest, be the prettiest in the room. I want to be the light in the room. Just be very mindful of the labels that you come into agreement with as a woman of God. There are a lot of things that are created by the world and for the world, and we do not want to come into agreement with those things. There's many rap songs that talk about a girl being a baddie. I don't know. If it were me, I personally would not want to be a baddie, a term that a lot of people in the entertainment industry and in the world objectify and lust after. But this takes time to get to this point. I used to be the one that wanted to be approved and validated by males. I used to love male attention, and I no longer desire that anymore because I am fulfilled with the validation of Christ. God is my validation, and that is all that I need. I'm going to leave you with a few reflective questions so that you don't just leave this video liking it and scrolling and not thinking about it again. Number one is, why do you want to be a baddie? Number two is, how does being a baddie add value to you in your relationship with Christ? Number three is, what do you think God thinks about you wanting to be a baddie? So answer those questions, think about it thoroughly, and then come back, comment on this video, let me know your thoughts, and pray about it. I truly hope this video helped all you girls that either agree with being a baddie or don't agree with being a baddie, or just want to learn how to conduct yourself and become a better woman of God each and every day, just like me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video, comment down below your thoughts, and follow for more Godly Girl content. Bye.
Thank you, ma. Hell. Unique is saying, by the way, Abby, you're an excellent host and analyst. I really enjoy Uncle Ben's platform because it's both fair to newbies and fun to watch, according to some Niger. Oh, thank you so much, sis. Thank you. So Rose is saying, till when he gets tired of her and things don't work out, then she will be hey, maybe that one she'll become that one she'll become evangelist Brini. I think you say, Abby, why is she making content with a robe? What visual are you trying to have us create in our heads? She will tell you that it's garment of armor. They play. Is it not these content creators? She said that maybe a pastor prayed on it or one. It's always something with these people. Sister Rose say, "Waiting concern me. That's between you and your God." Exactly. Oh. Faith is saying another annoying thing with all of these Christians. If God has told you something, why share it publicly? It's your personal conviction, but publicly sharing seems imposing, in my opinion. That is why some Christians, let's not generalize, fair enough. That is why I said at some point, remember that I was talking about the whole condescension. I feel like there's a condescending connotation to the things that they do up, almost like you're trying to say, look at me, oh. Because even that video that Britney put up when she was trying to say her transition from Baddie to wearing hijab. I don't even understand that part where she couldn't find modest clothes. A button-up shirt is modest. What do you mean? She couldn't find modest clothes in the whole UK. She now decided to wear a abaya and hijab as a woman has just given her life to Christ. Sis AY, I hope you are seeing the issues here. There's so many modest clothes. If it's winter, all you need to do is wear a jumper. If you don't want to wear jeans because you think jeans is also of the devil, you can wear maxi skirts with leggings underneath. Do we not see Jehovah Witnesses and them lot every day on the streets, even in winter? Wear blazer and turtleneck with long satin skirts. That's not. I'm just trying to think about, like, that's if you don't want to wear jeans or you don't want to wear trousers because it's immodest though. Okay, summertime, same thing. There's lots of long sleeve maxi dresses. If you don't want to show your arms as well, let's heat finish you. No problem. No problem. You can wear again long max. There's lots of nice cotton. See, there's not even, but this is not fashion class. How did you go from that's what I'm saying, that it's almost like it's always in an attempt to sell something. I'm coming back to tell you guys that there's no modest clothes on the market, which is a lie. So I've come back to say, as a Jesus Baddie, as a modest woman of God, I'm now presenting to you my new clothing line, my new fashion line. Come and buy from me. We don't think that is problematic. These are the issues. Anyway, that's it really. Let me now, this is just little gossip sesh now. Let's go through all of these people on our screen. So we have Nancy Simi. I actually opened up her Instagram. So I don't know if anybody remembers. Can we see her Instagram? Yes. I don't know if anybody remembers when, and if anybody wants to call in, you can call in now as well, as we're ending the show. But now it's just chit chat, nothing major. I don't really have any videos or anything except something comes up. But you remember when Nancy went from, to be honest, I don't even know Nancy's trajectory, but I just know that we saw a switch, even up to the, what am I saying? Just 2 weeks ago, Nancy said one nonsense about this grape issue. That's another thing. When these women rebrand to Christian baddies, they also decide that they want to be pick-me's in a weird way. Not the ones that they label pick. You know, some women are labeled pick-me's for saying the right things. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about pick-me's that would see grape and be grape apologists and things like that. That's what Nancy did last week, 2 weeks ago. And they tend to do that a lot, where they start to support men unnecessarily, unprovoked, even for their bad behavior, not keeping a balance just because they want to be picked so bad. That's another issue. Anyway, one day, we now noticed that Nancy, she now built her house. She built her house or something. Remember, she did housewarming. And then next thing, she now started to do, to be fair, I don't even know. I'm being confused because I'm still seeing bra and mini skirts and bikini. So I'm not really sure. But anyway, she made an altar. That's it. She made an altar in her house. And that thing was very confusing. I don't know if anybody remembers. Again, like I said, she just gist. I'm not even trying to prove anything. But she now made an altar in her house. And a lot of people were like, Nancy, are you a Christian? Mind you, she started to do that whole thing on her page where a lot of her captions would be be Christian based, would be a Bible passage and all. And then, Faith is saying she has stopped. What happened? I saw her on X 2 weeks ago doing the most. So, but anyway, she now made an altar, and this altar had like a prayer area in the house, which was, the usual prayer area. And then she now had like an altar with crystals and all these tarot, all these tarot cards things, all those kind of things, all those, those people. And people were confused, like, Nancy, we're not here to even police you or say what you should believe in or not. But You are mixing, you are serving two gods now. Which one are you doing? Tarot cards and crystals and this one and that one. You not combine it with Jesus. And I know that was the last thing I heard of that her Jesus baby. And then from time to time she will have captions here and there, and then this and that, and I don't know. But yeah, now Faith is telling me that it's like she has stopped though. She cannot stop, oh. She has not found husband though. Hey? Nancy, you cannot stop. Oh, look at oh. It's like she has stopped true. Black, bad, bougie. You know that if Lagos paparazzi takes picture of you, you are a baddie. Ultimate baddie. For Lagos paparazzi to take picture of you, he only takes pictures of baddie. Yeah? Nancy, you can never go back. Oh, no. You can never go back. Oh, no. Nancy, na lie. You must go back to Baddie because we have not yet found husband. Lie, I'll be to Jesus, baby. Oh, okay. Is that she has stopped true? Yeah? You don't mean it. Wow. And this one is modest now. Really? I didn't know this is from, I thought this was from Bakekuku with the print, but apparently it's from Isaleko from Daring. Eh? This one is modest as well. Ha, no. You cannot leave us, so you must go back. Eh? One leg up. Don't mean it. No, but Faith, it did not last though. Faith, this her own no last at all. It was very short-lived. Wow. Anyway, at least she's being her true, authentic self. So that's it for Nancy Simi. I did not know that she has rebranded. I mean, she has gone back. She has. What's the opposite? When somebody rebrands and then goes back to the original brand? What did they call it? This one is forward ever, backward ever too. This is an example of somebody when the streets are calling you. The streets calling you. It is well. Faith said, I think she has stopped Jesus Baddie stuff. That was quick. Sarah is saying wish. Satonia, hello, welcome, sis, welcome. This is Rose. Oh, she don't become African mother goddess. Sarah said, did I not tell you? Hey, that was quick. That's why I say I be stop this now. No, but I no expect because that's the thing. I don't follow a lot of celebrities, so her Instagram page they discovery where when did you go back to Baddie now? Hey, and then Faith is even confirming that she has stopped it very quick. Oh, anyway, our next person, Brinley, we're talking about her. The next person is Sharon. Sharon, I'm not even going to spend time on Sharon because for me, I feel like Sharon is in the phase of her life where she deserves peace. Somebody said, did anybody see that news that she's pregnant? She did not officially announce it, though, so I should not be saying this, but I saw it on blogs or somewhere. I don't know if it's 12, whatever that person calls themselves, but they said that she's pregnant, and after she celebrated her is this second year anniversary. So let me even see her bio. You see, let me zoom in case anybody cannot see. Award-winning actress. I'm a city set on a hill. Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah. A joyful girl. I'm in love. I am love. I am light. I am salt. Okay now. All right now. Oh. 2 years married. Okay. Anyway, she never changed her dressing, Sha. She never changed her dressing. That one I know, but she's always been just that she increased it 1 year before she got married. But at least she's been true to herself when it came with dressing one. She did not overdo it. That one she's kept it the way it is. Oh, I really really like Sharon. By the way, if anybody doesn't know, I really really like her. Cutie pie. Anyway, there's nothing to say about Sharon. Well, I'm happy that she's happy, and her marriage. Most people gave her 1 year, So she's doing well. She's on 2 years now, so everybody can rest. Faith saying, Abby, I think hers is surprising because she didn't get desired results. Marriage. Majority of them stop once they get married. Faith, let me tell you one thing. In this life, you have to be consistent. In this life, you cannot give up. Uncle Ben said it earlier today. Don't give up on yourself. Uncle Ben, come and shout. Don't give up on yourself. Because you cannot give up. You have not gotten your desired results. Why are you giving up on yourself? Uncle Ben preached it today. All these people that are saying they don't want marriage anymore, they have given up on themselves in some cases. What's your name? Nancy, you cannot give up on yourself. You can, girl, get up, go back. You got this. Does VJ still do her daughter of Zion stuff? I don't know. I'm going to just take it as, because she even had like a whole album now, Christian album. I'm going to just take it that she's focused on mommy, like being pregnant and stuff. That's what I'm going to take it as well. Even the months leading up to the pregnancy, she was trying to get pregnant. So that's a year. So she's taking a break to be a mom. It be like that sometimes. Anyway, on to the next person. The next person is Toke Makinwa. My fave. If you're on this channel and you don't know that Toke Makinwa is my fave, for no reason, no, I just love her. I love Toke. But Toke Makinwa, she's the blueprint of this Baddie to Jesus baby. Oh. She's the one that we have to give it to her. Let me go on her Instagram. So this is her Instagram. So let's see if her bio is saying anything. Okay, her bio is saying BG for life. What's BG for L? Big girl for life. What does BG mean? For L, I know means for life. Any media, radio, TV, YouTube, actor, influencer, entrepreneur, Toke Makinwa Luxury, Toke Makinwa Beauty, and then bookings, her YouTube, and another link. I like Toke. Such a baddie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, you know, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. All I know is that Toke confuses me. Similar to Brainy, but not quite, because at least Toke is not announcing over announcing things, right? But see, Sam Vowels is not here. This is Banke Kuku, is it? Because we're talking about thingy the other day. Kimonos and resort wear. So this will be Banke Kuku, obviously. Yes. In comparison to the other one that Sophia Mamodu was wearing. Anyway, please, does anybody have anything to say about Toke Makinwa? I don't have anything to say, but you know, she did the whole like, you know, Baddie, whatever. Everybody, there was lots of rumors about her and her lifestyle and which I'm not going to get into because that's not my business. It is what it is. But for her to now go from that to mommy, and then as we know, she does a lot of prayer, but also she has a lot of contradictory views. For instance, remember baby girl for life? Okay, yeah, makes you see these are the issues. Do you remember when Toyosi Etimefyong went on her show? You see, the kind of, you know, we know that Toyosi is a, you know, Jesus mommy, not even Jesus baby. She's very bold about it. We know that even her husband says that she's a prayer warrior. Did you see when Toyosi was trying to talk to her about that her group chats that she had for women, a couple of things about her being a believer? Did you notice that Toke had very contrary opinions, but she was also trying to be a host? You know, as a host, you make your guests comfortable, so you don't want to have opinions that are too strong against their own opinions and their own beliefs. But I don't know if anybody watched that video or that interview or that podcast episode where it just felt like Toke was judging her a lot. I don't know if I can play it because we don't want any copyright issues, but I don't know where I'm going to find shorter clips or if there were even any shorter clips. I watched the full thing. I watched Toke Makinwa's I'm subscribed to her YouTube channel. But did anyone notice that there was a lot of judgments on what I believe is a standard Christian woman's belief? For the most part, so just made me wonder what it is for her. And don't get me wrong, Toke has been through a lot, from her house burning as a younger child and her parents passing, and her trajectory is something to admire, regardless of how she got here. She's one of those people that she's definitely fought to be, to get to the top and stay at the top. We have to give that to her based on everything that she's been through. But I don't know, I just found her a bit like she was very judgmental towards Toyosi, who is meant to be some sort of blueprint with when it comes to like Christian wife and mother, whatever. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Let me read comment. She knows send una love. BG baby girl. Yeah, make baby girl makes sense. Baby girl makes sense. Sokia is a survivor. Her contradictory views stems from her multiple personality and traits. Not surprised she's a Gemini doll. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Where we can't even fault her for how far she's come. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really, really like her. Honestly, I really, really like to care. I don't know how to explain it, but you know me, even if I like somebody, the truth is the truth. But yeah, I do think that, or maybe she's just very. Toke is a Scorpio. I don't even know. I don't know. But anyway, I just think her. I don't know that particular episode, not across the board though. I really enjoy her, but that particular episode, there's things how Toyosi is too. There's some things that Toyosi will say that can. I get it, but I just think you're presenting yourself as Jesus baby. She even did remember that brunch worship session that she did where she invited her friends, remember, as well, for her child and a couple of things. And like I said, I feel like there's certain points in your life that you get to that you actually come closer to God when you go through heartbreak, when you lose a family member or a close friend, when you have a child. And that's why Auntie Yinko, like what Auntie Yinko said, where she said, some of these things are just stages of life, but they want to always brand it into something for social media validation and to sell something. Do you understand? It's normal to be a mom and be less outgoing because your hands are now full. It's normal to be a mom and feel like part of the traits you need to have is to be an extra prayer, extreme prayer warrior, because now you have to also cover your child. And they say this all the time where a mother's prayer is very different. So why don't we just see this as stages of life? And like I said, really and truly, there's no way I will have 4 children at home and my priority will go to go and be clicking glass in Ivy or go and be shaking bomb bomb in the club. Because chances are you don't even have the time. Chances are even when you have the time, you calculate. Maybe you want to sleep instead because you're tired. This is just the truth about stages of life. But why do they always rebrand it as something bigger than what it is? I don't know. Somehow. So married to say multiple personalities. Unique is saying, my bad if she's a Scorpio. For years, the internet says Gemini. Really? I don't even know. Her birthday is in September. I remember. I think, Abby. I think so. Because I think I remember her birthday. Let me check quickly. I'm on Google. November 3rd. Okay. No, this is not Tokemakin. Wow. Oh, it's her November 3rd is her birthday. Okay. So she's a Scorpio, truly. Oh, okay. As you're saying, the things we go through in life affects how we are at that very moment. They are stages of life. No need to brand them. It is well. Exactly. That's what I was saying. But they want to sell something now. And then somebody saying also secure a man. It's similar to how both celebrities here become natural, organic, mother earth, chakra yoga. That's so true. It's the same thing. And I don't know if you were here at the beginning. I was talking about the soft voice thing. And they start doing the soft voice thing, and they start doing spend the day with me. And then they start the day with some sort of like complicated espresso machine with like matcha. See how my voice has changed. Oh, I'm a matcha girly, and I've now learned how to have my matcha with raspberry foam. And oh my god, guys, I now make homemade bread. And I make my own bagels at home and my own cream cheese. Wifey, 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 wifey. Of course. Who doesn't want to marry a woman that bakes her own bread, her own bagels, and her own cream cheese, and her own butter from scratch, and her own, oh my god, raspberry foam and matcha. Matcha just makes me feel like I can take over the world. Anyway, and then the next thing is now I'm off to Pilates. I'm off to yoga. I don't know the difference between me and just lover at this point. Anyway, guys, up the next on our screen is the biggest one. Hey, Tonto, Tonto DK, Tonto DK. I don't even know where to start with Tonto. Where do we start with Tonto DK? Help me, I don't even know. Eh? You think he's saying she's a Scorpio? Okay, yes. So Mario saying just like that. Oh, that trad wife BS. Yes, so trad wife, feminine woman. And they start doing content like how to be more feminine in 2026. How to please, please. Wifey material 2000 years is ready. Period. Me. Content, how to bake agege bread. Wait for it because we're trying to attract a Yoruba man. I need to buy mortar. In fact, my dad was clearing our house in Lagos and was asking my sister and I what he should keep. He should bring mortar and pestle for me. He should ship it. He should bring it. Bring it. I need to pound yam on the internet so that my Yoruba husband can find me. I need to pound yam. And then when I get into the marriage now, they're asking me to pound yam. And I say no, that I want to use a food processor. When I got the man by pounding on the internet, it is well. I think you're saying I'm so making this dress. Love the upper bodies and sleeves. Oh yeah, so cute. Tonto's own will be Sarah Jake's women's conference level. So is religiosity the new brand? It is though. It sells. If you can't get a man, love sells. Couple content sells. And then the next best thing if you can't get a man is this pretty much. Samariot is saying, can you make Ewa going? Are you ready for a Yoruba man like this? Samariot, please, you need to teach me. I don't need to learn for myself. I need to learn so I can perform. Like, spend the day with me. I first of all go to Peckham. Peckham that I don't go to usually. I will go for content and be doing video. Go to Peckham, come back, cook, do that's I need it. That's it. Anyway, we already know Uncle Ben has covered lots of these Tonto's topics. I don't know Tonto as well. She's been through a lot. I don't really know. I think she comes from a loving home. I know she has an amazing relationship with her dad. That has always been constant. And I know she comes from a good home. I think from PH, they live in PH, right, in Port Harcourt. So it's not like she was deprived as a child, from what I heard. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have any other information. And then we know that she's been through quite a lot in relationship. She's also talked to us about addiction, alcohol, smoking, and drugs, and all of that stuff. We are aware. And she had quite funny relationships that I don't even know. Some of them do not even make sense. That Popo Giri guy, that one, I'm not going to lie, you. From where to where? That relationship was very strange. But I don't know. I guess, I've said this before, that we don't give a lot of celebrities credit for how different their lives are and how complicated their lives are, because some people will definitely attract people that just want them for the wrong reasons or want them for a come up or things like that. That's usually the case, and I think that we don't admit that they don't have normal, in quotes, normal lives. The just leave me say, are you using grinding stone to blend? Yes, so I have to use grinding stone. No. When my dad is importing and be export, which one are they calling? When he's sending me that mortar and pestle in my house, he needs to buy me grinding stone and add, because I need to perform. In fact, I need to go and update my bio on Instagram to some. I won't do Proverbs 31 because I feel like Proverbs 31 is too bait. So I need to go and look deep in the Bible so that the person will know that I read the Bible. Some deep, not any common one. Like, something that seems personal. And then when any man chats me up, be like, oh, why did you choose this Bible verse? I will now have to give one complicated reason for choosing that, how I connected with it, how it, That's it. You say it's Popo. It's not. His name not Popo Kiri. I don't know. His name is somehow like that. What's his name? It's not Popo Kiri. But anyway, that relationship was very somehow to me, Sha. At least the Churchill one based off of the 419 lies of being Obasanjo. But sorry, between all of us here, let's not shout too much. How will you not know Obasanjo is one of the most famous presidents that we've had, though? How do you not know the son, first son of the country? How did Tonto fall for that? Can anybody help me understand that? Tamara said 4 months. You can say that's his name. Thank you. Even his name concept is enough to abort mission. Imagine you're just walking on as a young babe. Let's say now me as I've rebranded now, I'll now wear modest gym wear. Modest gym wear. I wear leggings and that jacket, the gym jackets with whatever. I obviously can't wear sports bra because that's too much skin. I'll now wear it. Then I'll now wear maxi skirts on top of my leggings because modesty. Imagine I'm now walking from the gym and then one brother in Christ now comes up to me, right? Comes up to me. Oh, hi, Abby. Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Okay, hi. So my name is Popo Giri. That's it. Oh. He will never see me again. He will never hear from me. In fact, if he even asks me to give his number, fake number. In fact, I'm changing gym so that I cannot find me again. It's not making sense that somebody will even decide that they want to date somebody that is Popo Giri. It was Juju. It had to be Juju. Samara said his dad was the gardener and OBJ treated him like a what? So does that make him OBJ's son? Me, I call him Popo Gary. And the fact that Popo Gary was a real thing is a real thing as well. Churchill actually looks like Obasanjo. No, so sis, the question is, with how famous, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, at least my age, Obasanjo is one president that stuck out to me. Even to date, he still sticks out to me. Like he's the one president that we love Stella Obasanjo. I even gave her flowers a few times because I was like flower girl for the Nigerian Air Force, whatever. As in, we all love Stella with her skin and with her fashion and everything. How did we miss out on our first son? That first son will come to you and say it's the first son. I don't know. Tonto. Ha. That one shocked me. So it even looks like a light skin, good looking version. I can see why she felt. I mean, I cannot see it though. I feel like even like Buhari's kids that were very like low key, we still knew them ish. We knew what's his name, is it Mohammed Baby Ibrahim for his power bikes around Abuja. We knew some of them. Now you now say that Churchill. Let's even be honest, his name was even Churchill. Obasanjo gave his son Churchill. Is that believable? He did not see Tunde, did not see Shegun. You gave him Churchill. Ha! Now wow. Ow. Now wow. You say Obasanjo has several wives. Stella was no. I know, but me because I gave Stella late Stella like flowers like 3 or 4 times. And when she would come, when we had stuff to do with the Air Force, I need to ask my dad for pictures. I have Nigerian flower girls. I need to ask my dad. Actually, I think I have one picture on my phone. But I need to ask my dad for more pictures. But yeah, no matter that she told the story, she went from the jeweler who got married on her desperation. The story, I can't lie, because even now that she's also a famous person, did nobody message her or she did not post him? And that's why I'm not going to lie you. As much as I'm a believer of keeping things quiet until they matter, I won't like post that man. No, post something. Post something. No, post something, because you see this earlier today on Uncle Ben's show when we were talking about that Facebook page. Do we have the same boyfriend? See, what's the gist I wanted to say? That is what I was saying. Let me say it then. Let me give you very quick gist without too much details. So I have one ex that got, so we worked at the same place. However, we did not get with each other while we were at the same place. We moved to different offices and then reconnected like a year later. So I saw that I did not even see. He got engaged. At this point, I had not seen it. I think I even told Auntie Inkus and TSC sisters the story. I had not seen it, and then a mutual friend decided that Samara says calling HR. No, we had left. I even left a year before him. Anyway, this guy got engaged, and then a mutual from our office who happened to be his own mentee, but she's also a black girl, right? Obviously, this guy is Nigerian. I only this Nigerian man. This guy's Nigerian, and this mentee is like Ghanaian. Please tell me why I'm just on my own. No, this mentee decides that she wants to do her but she say, "Oh, did you see that this guy got engaged?" In my head, I'm just even thinking, girl, so we're not even close like that. We just follow each other on Instagram. Very unnecessary information. But obviously, I play along. Oh, really nice, blah blah blah. Not even a week later, I get the longest episode via email, and this guy was, I don't even know, all of a sudden he's sorry for this and sorry for that and sorry for this and sorry for that. It was a very short relationship as well. It was the relationship that I had after the big ex that we all know about. So he's sorry for this, he's sorry for that, he's sorry for, I think he felt bad because we were actually friends before we crossed the line. Like we were friends from work, and then even 6 months into the relationship, we're still friends before we now got in the relationship. But my own thing now is that you've had like a year and a half, almost 2 years pretty much, to be sorry. Why, when you got engaged, what is going on? Is it cold feet? Are you just actually thinking about your life? But the problem with the email was not the apologies or maybe the need for closure. The problem with the email was the things that he said that were borderline emotional, like how he misses me, how he looks for me, he looks for glimpses of me, blah blah. So many, I'm just like, I was just there. Meanwhile, this person that is engaged to, she's one of those people that have Proverbs 31, whatever, whatever on her bio. I started laughing because I was just like, Anyway, do you know that this thing did not stop? I'm not thinking I don't have anything to say. More recently, I think because of the way how fast my life has been, I've been taking time to do stuff. So I think I thought to myself, I'm going to reply to it eventually if I have something to say, but I didn't have anything to say at the time. So the next thing, you see that thought of I may reply if I have something to say, like, no problem, I wish you well or whatever. It now ended up taking 2 weeks for me to get to that point. I just forgot. Honestly, I don't know how I got to that point. Tell me why 2 weeks later I get, the Gmail does that thing where they do like initials of the person. I see the initials. I'm like, hey God, what again? This guy, did his message not say, can we meet up or can we talk? Something like that. I say, God. At this point, I'm annoyed because what is going on here? Did that one end? Did it not end there? Did I not get message on Instagram? And then this guy not create a burner account to talk to me? It was just the weirdest thing. And I just remember thinking, I wish I was the girl that could report to your fiance, but I can't even be. There's no situation where it was such. The messages were pretty bad. I wish I could share more than this. They were pretty bad, like a lot of emotional cheating. And I just thought, there's no situation I'll put myself where I would be the good person for a woman that's probably accepted that this is the life. But I'm just even saying this to say that all of this packaging of Christian woman and all, there's still, and then now you think you're married to this man, but look at what the man is doing. And I can imagine that he's probably doing worse to girls that give him the space to, or with girls that give him the space to. And then she's just then her little bubble of, I'm a Christian girl. She has her pictures of her doing Christian things, church service and all. But this is what your man is doing. And it just even brought me to the point where obviously she's posted her engagement, but there's also women like me that are somewhat, I don't know if the word is cowards, that wouldn't even come forward to say anything. Because I feel like a lot of women are there, I don't want the drama. Because really and truly, I don't want the drama. I actually don't. Sorry. Like, it's not my responsibility to look after your marriage for you or to make sure you're marrying the right guy. I don't even know you. So I don't want the drama. But I remember thinking to myself, it's so sad because I'm an ex, but I wonder if there's any other girls that he's engaging with. And quite frankly, if somebody posted him, then everybody will know that this is everybody's man. And if I gave him a chance as well, what? I would be his mistress or his second wife. But I'm not really understand. I don't understand when exes do this thing when they are with somebody else. Me that now came from main chick, you want to demote me to side chick or what? Very weird. But yeah, I just remember thinking, wow, even this girl has posted this match. She's posted her engagement. He's still moving mad like this. He is even a collaborator on the posts. He's a collaborator on the post. I mean, now he's blocked because he's a madman. But I'm just even thinking how postmen, no, don't postmen, no, we are in this problem. Christian woman, no, but look at what your man is doing. You know, And I remember seeing the comments on the engagement, and somebody was like, "Oh my God, sis, what's your prayer points? Blah blah blah." And this girl replied, "I'll DM you." She replied this person that she would DM her prayer points as to how she bagged my ex. I said, God, men will embarrass you. But yeah, that's the last of my gist today. I don't have any other gist for you. I said, when I said that I would DM me, I said, what is here? Which prayer? And it's mad because I'm not even trying to be funny. When I even heard from that mutual at the office that he got engaged, I remember thinking to myself, hey, somebody's going to marry this guy just because of the sort of person that he is. I remember when I was telling CC, I said to CC, this is the one relationship that, not that relationship, the one I was engaged with, this particular relationship is the one that I feel like it was a very bad idea. I don't know how else to explain it. To be fair, there's not even a lot of stories to tell about that, but it's one of those ones where I knew instantly that I made a mistake, and I was out of there before it got to a year. It's one of those ones where friendship does not mean that the person is going to be a good. I think he's a great friend, but that relationship one, I say, hey. So when I even saw the engagement, I said somebody engaged, and somebody is engaged to this guy. I remember thinking, you know what, maybe he's changed. Clearly not. Clearly not. In fact, it's even worse than I thought. Worse than I thought. But alas, she's going to send somebody her prayer points, not knowing that this guy is doing this nonsense. And then there's a woman like me that I can't speak because I don't want the drama. But I remember thinking that night when I was thinking, oh, do I approach this woman? I remember thinking to myself when it was around my prayer time. So I ended up saying a prayer for her. And I said, God, I don't have anything, I can't do anything about this thing. But obviously she's your daughter now, according to her bio. So hopefully it falls on her lap that this guy is this sort of person before she marries him. Amongst other things that I experienced, that I think is still very much the same person based off of the closure email, no accountability and stuff, right? And I thought to myself, let it fall on her lap so she can make an informed decision before she's trapped. And that was the end for me. And I blocked him, and that's it. But anyway, let me read the last of the comments. We didn't even know OBJ's kids that are. Yeah, we didn't know them, but I just feel like it's verifiable news. That's what I even mean. Like it's verifiable. Do you know what I mean? Shalaye, guilty conscience. But guilty about what? You're getting married. Honestly. Bad market. He's about to be locked down and he's praying in all directions. Honestly, and I'm pretty sure I'm the last ex before this particular person, but I'm pretty sure there's other girls that probably are not even exes. He just has a wandering eye, pretty much. It's a matter, it's not your business. Exactly. No, my be that's why I say let me just give her small prayer. That prayer point that she wants to send to someone, let me help her and pray it. Let me help her and pray for her sake. Anyway, that's the one thing with UK guys. The way some of these UK guys these younger UK guys it's be giving loving home, but the stories that you hear about them, mad. May God help us. So may God help us. But yeah, I just pray for the girl. I said, and she can make it on the phone. But this how she gave me the vibe as well. To no disrespect, I don't know her, but she gave me the vibe of the sort of person that if you even told, you'll be the one that is bitter and wants to ruin her life. Meanwhile, there's me that if you tell me, I'll even invite you for us to talk to him. But some women would just say that you are a hater, whatever, instead of actually thinking about this. Even if you send them proof, doesn't matter. So she gave me that vibe straight away. As soon as I saw her profile, she gave me that vibe. I was like, don't waste your time. You will just be the weapon fashion against her until 5 years or whatever. So anyway, thank you all for being here with me. We're just gone over 2 hours. I guess I'll see you next week. I don't even know what I'm doing yet, to be honest, but something will come up. I have a week to plan anyway. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Bye.